All right, you guys, we are live on Facebook. We're live on Facebook. I was trying to go live also on Instagram. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because then you guys are going to hear everything in duplicates. Listen, technology is hard. We try to do things different and then it goes haywire. Note to self, always try things before you go live. There we go. So Heidi Foy here with Bullfrog Creatives. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have round 8 recap today. And do we really even need to talk Pro Fantasy Rodeo? I don't know. I don't think we do. Look at those guys are giving me looks on the other side. Before we get started with today's show, we want to give a shout out to Cinch Jeans. Thank you so much for your partnership. We also want to give a shout out to Branded Buzzworm. Y'all, these guys are not new to our platform because they've kind of been following Bullfrog Creatives and NFR Hangover, but new as a partner for Bullfrog Creatives. BrandedBuzzworm.com. Check it out. And if you guys still have some shopping to do, some Christmas shopping to do, these guys should be able to get you some stuff by Christmas. Use NFR Hangover at checkout for 25% off. Also want to give a shout out to the 180 Project. It is your turn. It's your turn. So this is Tony Branquinho's passion project. We're super excited to have him on board. And I would say that this, if you are not following this, this is one of those inspirational, get off your couch and go make your life better. So take a look at that. Want to give a shout out to Garden City Community College as they have provided us with Jimboy Hash, and we are so thankful for that every day. And of course, Bullfrog Creatives, College Rodeo Recruitment Coaching. Check out that website, bullfrogcreatives.com/college rodeo recruitment. And I really think that I failed miserably at going live on Instagram, but what can you do? All right, you guys, stay tuned. You are not going to want to miss this show today. Good morning.
Good morning.
I really like the neon lights behind your head.
I wish you guys could read it. It's a little blurry, but it says, "Coffee and friends make the perfect blend." I thought that talked about us. I don't have any coffee. And the reason I'm here is because I have 2 16-year-old teenagers in the room and my wife, and they said, yeah, go do the show somewhere else.
You need to leave because we're not waking up. What that means is we don't want to wake up to Jimboy and Heidi's voices.
Well, no, because I have my headphones in, so the only voice they hear is mine.
Your voice.
And so yesterday the girls they stayed at Kylie's friend Macy's parents' room. No big deal. We got doors and got doors shut, everything. Charlotte's in there sleeping. She goes, yeah, I heard you the whole time. Might as well unplug it so I could at least heard the whole show.
They don't. Yeah. So it's your voice, not us.
Yeah, no, she gets tired of my voice very fast, I think.
I'm sure that she doesn't. So we do have a wonderful guest. I'm going to make sure that she's ready. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Oh, okay. We got a thumbs up. I'm going to try something new because the gal that we're going to bring on our show today is pretty good at sound. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. She's pretty good at music.
She's all right.
I'm gonna try.
Really good.
Yeah, Jill Franzen Loden is joining us this morning. Let's see if her sound works. It does. I hear her.
Okay, good. So I guess you should double check these links before you get on. So I'm here.
Did it give you all these download instructions?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you're supposed to have Chrome and you have to type and copy this into this bar. And I thought I could just click on and get on. So my fault. I'm late.
No, that's okay. Nobody even knew. Listen, usually we're late. Let's be honest.
When we're on time, we're considered, wow, like, if we're 5 minutes late, we're early.
Well, this is the Hangover show, correct? So
yes.
Indeed.
I'm not going to be early to a hangover.
Yeah, I also tried to. I opened the StreamYard this morning, the platform, and it was like you can now live stream on Instagram, and I was like, sweet, let's do that. Well, it was, but then it was I could like there was like a 30-second delay, so everything that I was saying, I was hearing again. So I was like, oh, we're not going to be able to do that. I don't know how that's going to work. I have to do a little research first. So everybody on Instagram, sorry about that. I guess you're not seeing it anyways.
Oh, it was a teaser. Now they got to come to Facebook, to the page.
We're gonna dock your pay if you don't get things straightened out, Heidi.
Yeah.
Production crew, man, it's hard to find good help. Listen, at least my backdrop's not falling this year.
I mean, every show it's getting better. I mean, it's getting framed up. It looks, you're going to have it dialed in for our last show. Like,
But
it's
yeah,
perfect.
the last show.
And then tell
Listen,
the kids,
if
do
you
not
guys
touch
could
it.
see, I took a continuing ed class yesterday for real estate, and this was my background.
Hey, promotion,
nice.
promotion.
I was like, they're going to think I'm nuts. Oh, wait.
Look who you hang out with for at least 10 or 11 days in the 1st of December. It's, yeah.
I have a question, Jill.
Yeah.
Have you been there that long? You have your apartment decorated?
Yeah, right. No, I'm back home. Had to get Holden back in school, but I was there for the first week. So, yep, and back at home in the office here. So my computer's actually over on this side, so the backdrop looks a lot better. But we're iPad today. So
Also, though, you had to be home, right? You had to be home Wednesday, and good thing you went home a little early.
yes. So I am an aunt now. Blue Henry Franzen was born Tuesday. So, yep, pretty exciting. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. So John and Kara are excited. Mom's doing good. Baby's outstanding. So got to
How's
snuggle.
Grandma?
Grandma and Grandpa are still in Vegas. So
That's what I thought.
it's driving them crazy. So we still have horses out, so Dad won't be able to leave yet. But
That's what I thought, because somebody made a comment that we usually see John pulling flanks, and he's not been there. So good on him. I bet that's hard for him too, though.
Oh yeah, he's had FOMO. When we were out there, he'd call us every day before we'd be headed out. About 4:00. Y'all on your way? Yeah, we're on our way.
We're going. Thanks for making sure.
Yeah, after all these years, Dad, I don't think forgot. So
he might have a hard time going back now that he didn't have to go.
Well, I'll tell you, that's what COVID did to me. I've been out there for years, the whole time, and I used to do the viewing party for 12 years, and I just thought I couldn't miss it. And then after COVID, we went to Texas for part the time, and I got to come home and sit and watch it on TV for the first time ever. And I was like, damn, this isn't so bad.
Way better view, not all the people.
Yeah.
Beer's not $43.
Exactly. Christmas trees up, the TV, cocktail of your own. Yeah, I know. Unless they let me in the big house, I'm okay with going out for a week. So, yeah.
So talk to us a little bit. I know you were again nominated for Sound of the Year, Sound Production. What is
music director? Yep.
Listen, Sound Girl.
Sound Girl, that works.
Sound Chick. Music Director of the Year. You were nominated, which I feel like, how many years have you won it in the past?
3.
So,
the award's been around for 6 years and or 7 now, I think. So, yeah, so very fortunate. Benji's won it once, and then Hambone won it this year, which made him 3-time winner as well now. So,
oh, all right.
Yeah. Yep.
But what else were you doing while you were there?
So I was selected National Finals Breakaway. So I was at the South Point. I did that the first part of the week. And that was all I was selected for this year. So I did that the first 3 days. And then, of course, we had the words banquet. And then I got to go to the rodeo a couple nights since we had the tragedy on Thursday and then come home. So my year this year looked a little different than most. So
we've seen a bunch of posts about the breakaway roping. But tell me from your perspective, like, how was the crowd at the breakaway roping?
Oh man, you're putting me. It wasn't very good. There was a lot of family, and there was quite a few people there. But to say it was full, you would not be able to say that. I seen a lot of pictures circulating around, but no, there wasn't very many people.
I'd say it was respectable.
Respectful.
Well,
Yeah.
Jill, do you think, and I this is my personal opinion, I think having it 2 days before the finals even starts has a lot to do with that. If there was a way they could have done it when the NFR was going on and, during the actual rodeo, I think it would have drawn more fans over there or wherever they're having it to watch.
I don't know. I did it 2 years ago when it was at the Orleans, and it was in the second week. And when we did it at the Orleans, I think it was like on a Monday, Tuesday of the 5th and 6th performance, and the crowds were about the same.
Still about the same. So
yeah, and I would say maybe a little bit more at the South Point, but they're not getting a lot of ticket sales. A lot of it was family, or I think the contestants get so many passes to give to their family. So it's hard because it costs a lot of money, and they're not making any money or drawing any money in. And so I know the argument online is, we want to do this, we want to do that. And it's really hard right now for committees and production and teams to see all this cost on stock and putting it together and not getting any money out back. So I see both sides of it, but
one thing I read somewhere was somebody said that they had it placed where they did time frame wise to get some of the committees that's there for the convention, trying to draw committees in, hoping to get them to bring it on board at their home rodeos.
And that's very true, because it was during the contract personnel convention, and there was a lot of committees there, I will say. I don't think anybody dislikes Breakaway. I mean, as a whole, what I hear is the cost. And I'll tell you what, they have more entries in Slack than any other timed event. And the cattle runs, and so from a committee standpoint, I hear the cost, and they say, we spend all this, but are they really selling a rodeo ticket? Are we really bringing any drawback? So, I hear that a lot. As far as the NFR goes, it is a time constraint is their biggest thing. And I know there's a lot of argument about the openings, which I think is such a stupid thing to do. Take out the opening so you can add another event. That's not the argument we need to have here. I agree. The opening acts could change. I'm old school. I think we need to go back to putting on a cool openings. Back when I was a kid, I thought that was the coolest when you go to the finals and each night you'd see something really, really neat. I'm kind of wishing we'd go that. I don't care about somebody trying to make it big on a stage that floats in the air. But anyway, that's kind of where we went. But that's 15 minutes before start time is the opening ceremony. So that has nothing to do with putting another event in. But I do have pretty good sources that said it'll never be in the Thomas and Mack. And that's just, Vegas and entertainment. And they only want it a few hours and they want them back on the strip. And so I don't know if they'll ever win that argument. But I'm a breakaway roper. I love breakaway. I love doing the breakaway finals. I think Horseflesh and those girls are talented. And, I love to see it grow, but I also think the girls are going about it the wrong way. They are throwing it down people's throats. They're getting ignorant. People are getting distasted by it. It's a process. And I feel like if they would just cool it a little bit, they would probably be more accepted.
Well, yeah. We talked about this earlier in the week after the finals. We like say, I've got 2 daughters of breakaway rope, you breakaway rope, Heidi, Jim Boy, coaches, breakaway ropers, and it is a fun event. It can be fast paced in there, and we'd love to see it in the Thomas and Mack. But in the big picture, look, what we say that I think the top they were all at $100,000 this year breakaway rope, and and that's just in the PRC, not counting the standalone events out here. I think JJ Hampton just won the Masters breakaway roping champion out here. I don't know, it was like $40,000. I mean, breakaway is growing leaps and bounds. These women have a chance to actually make a living with their rope, and as much as we love to see it, believe me, I would love to one day watch my daughters back in the box, Thomas and Mack, and run at 30,000 a round. We're not there yet, but if we go about it the right way as a group, as a breakaway dad promoter and the contestants, it may eventually get there, or the money will get there. But I think it's come so far in the last 5 years.
Oh, for sure. And I'm with you. I think you just can't expect to have it happen overnight. And you're not going to go to Las Vegas events and tell those casino owners, hey, this is what we're going to do. That doesn't work that way. I mean, ask Boyd how well that went. So I think that you don't tell them how you're going to run anything, or you're gone.
Right.
So you're right.
Well, and I had a very, I had a very influential legend in the breakaway roping tell me, yeah, we'd love to be there, but it's not fair because the money that's in place in the contract are for those events. So unless we come to them with another 800,000 or whatever it is per event, say, we've got this money, can we get in the perf? They're not going to go and say, okay, we're taking 100,000 from each event from other contestants' pockets to run at. That's just not fair. That wouldn't be fair to them. So
yes,
I think a lot of them get it. It's just
the couple that ruin it for everybody.
well, I think this is going to be the one instance where the squeaky wheel's not going to get the grease. It's going to make the whole machine seize up, and we're going to go backwards instead of forwards, in my opinion.
It's like your kid in the background, ma, mom, ma, ma.
It's so true. And and everybody's like, oh, it's a fast-paced event, but it is not at the pro rodeos, the fastest event. I'm telling you right now, some of the breakaway roping at some of the rodeos I do take longer. And I think that's the girls who, we're a professional event now. We're not a jackpot anymore. And that is getting horses that have been hauled and going places. I'm not saying the top 30, they all got it handled. It's that next set that you get at some of the pro rodeos across the country. And, they've had to put time limits in the box on them. There's a lot of things, and a lot of rodeos are now limiting because of it, because, and I get it. Like I said, I wrote, but they've taken their horse, been in a jackpot, and they're taking it to a pro rodeo, and the horse is seeing the lights, the sounds, and they're not wanting to stand in the box, and they're taking a long time. And so then the committee's like, God, why? It's supposed to be a fast event. Why are we doing this? It's added 20 minutes to our perf. So I think as a whole, girls just got to get more professional, and it'll happen. It's a process. So I think it starts with college rodeo. I think girls get really bad habits in the box.
Absolutely.
They move, and they're walking, and they're up, and they're down, and it starts at high school rodeo. You learn to get in the box. And yes, if your calf's not standing, I get that. But these girls have really bad habits, and it starts at a young age. And you don't see the pros doing that. So I don't know. I just think that as a whole, it's like you said, it's a process, and I would love to see it grow, and maybe someday it will. There's just a few people in Vegas that are not gonna allow it, and so when they're retired, maybe it'll come through.
Well, it's like my daughter. I mean, I tell her even the practice, you remind me of a Brazilian bull rider. Quit taking so long in the breakaway box. Get in, get set, and go. Quit being a Brazilian bull rider in the breakaway. BJB Mooney. Hit the back of the corner. If he's right, go. But honestly, she rides in and,
rides up, goes back, rides up.
Yeah.
Our practices take extra time because of you. I got to get lights just to get through 3 pins of cows with you. Quit being a Brazilian bull rider.
There you go. Hey, that's
no offense to Brazilian bull riders.
I'm going to use that. If you hear somebody repeat that, it's from me, because that's awesome.
Because honestly, I'm like,
you can do like Benny at the college rodeo. This ain't the PBR.
Yeah.
Your head.
Yes.
Oh, but honestly, and she's not the only one at our high school rodeos. They ride in, they ride up. They back up. Horse is perfect. By the 5th time, they do it 5 times. Now the horse
it's
is
a habit. Yeah, it's just a habit.
Oh, I was like, tuck it under your arm as you ride across the plane of the barrier.
Yeah.
When you turn around, boom, boom.
You're ready.
Oh. But yes,
that must be a dad thing, because my dad would have whipped my butt if I would have done that. Not your face. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
So
funny.
true.
So, I mean, it's really good insight. And I will tell you, I did put you on the spot, and you probably are not, that's not a popular opinion, but you bring up some really, really valid points. And I think that I would say it seems like most of the ladies that I've seen post about it are on the, like, they're patient. They're happy to be where they are at this point. And there's a handful that just want more right now. And
Yeah.
I think you're right. It's just going to be some change, and nobody's good with change, for crying out loud.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been in Vegas 2 nights. All I got in my pocket is change. That's all I got left.
There's that.
Well, and I think professional rodeo, adding event to the core 7, or whatever,
Mhm.
it just, you're right, it's change. And nobody likes being told what to do and what they have to do. So
Yeah.
it'll take time. And I think it'll definitely grow. I don't think we're going to ever go backwards by no means, but I do know that the girls, are getting a kind of a bad rap too at a lot of my rodeos in the summer about being worse than barrel racers. And that's, old cliche too. And, oh, don't be like barrel racers, And so there's a few that are kind of ruining it for others. I know a couple rodeos of mine that are thinking of not having it because of it. So
Oh,
it makes you sad because there's a few that are ruining it for everybody. But I do believe that as a whole, there's some really good girls out there, and good advocates, good role models. And, they're the ones that I think will keep seeing it through.
Oh, I agree. I think it's a great thing for rodeo and for women in rodeo to grow. It's just we got to let the slow burn and let it continue to build momentum organically and not try to force it down. The old school people, they're like, no, we're not going to change. Look how long it took for team roping to actually become not an add-on event. You want to talk about, hey, you're the redheaded stepchild of rodeo. It was the team ropers for a long time.
Yeah, and equal pay. Look how long it took to get that.
Actually, we should put the goat time ahead of getting the breaker open in there.
Well,
I'd love
I
to
know a
see
good
that
goat
at
contract.
the NFRC committee meeting.
oh my God. Could you imagine?
Hey, if they ever
I'm
got to
sorry,
do, they're
what?
like, they're going to be like, we're going to open the gate for them to come in, and the back gate's going to be open. You better get off because the horse has got to go straight out. There's
right.
no catching the horses. If you're still on, you're getting wiped out as you go through the tunnel.
Yeah, we ain't wasting time.
Somebody asked me yesterday, I made a little funny post about we need to trade the team ropers, have them go rope in the slack. Since they roped so good in their slack the other day, have them rope in the slack at the south point, and then they can stay there and rope all afternoon, all night, and let the breakaway just come to Thomas and Mack. That frees room up,
Yeah.
And I think it would work because the team ropers, the best perf we've had has been the slack run. I mean, I think they've placed with legs every time since then. Yeah, 9 flat placed last night.
That's
and
funny.
9-2 placed the night before. When the morning before that, you had to be 3-9 to get a check.
No kidding. Well, and I will say at the breakaway finals this year, it was a really fun event to watch. It was electric. Them girls roped. We ran 5 rounds in 2 hours. So we were getting it. And so there was no dicking around, right? Like they were roping and we were going. And so I don't think it would take much time to run it.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking
it's just
15 minutes.
It's the logistics of the cattle and parking and all that.
Exactly.
But no, I watched it both days live because, like I say, my daughter was just consumed by it. But I think one thing that kept it running really, really well there at the South Point was, the sound production.
I was like, nod your head.
I mean,
song change.
Nod your head. Well, you kept Will and Anthony on point, kept them focused. I mean,
right. And I will say my announcers, I thought did outstanding. I thought that they made breakaway like it was at the Thomas and Mack the best they could. I thought they really, really did do their homework and they elevated it. I enjoyed working with them a lot.
And that was Anthony, Lucia, and Will
Rasmussen.
So
yeah.
You had two that, and you could tell listening to it that they were engaged. It wasn't just like, okay, they tried. Anthony and Will, they both put their spin on it, made it feel like, hey, this is just as important as we're going to make you feel like you're back in the Thomas and Mack. So
Yeah.
that was really cool.
Yeah, I did too. I thought that the show all in all was really, really good. And so that should maybe help, put an argument in some conversations. So
I've got people sending me messages on Facebook about this.
I'm sure I'll probably get hate mail now.
Well, I know we're about to beat this horse enough as well.
Yeah.
The thing that a lot of people don't understand is Slack. You can have all the entries you want, and Slack doesn't make a committee any money. So that's one thing there, and all the people that's hollering. I didn't go out this year. I went last year. I took Jalen out for the convention for his bullfighting gig, but and Tom Miller he came down the second day and took me and Jalen to the performance, and we watched it, and it was great. But a lot of people that are hollering, until you go buy a ticket and sit there and go participate and show them that it is a good event. When it's packed house, that'll help give them some ammunition.
Yes, it would.
But you got to go support it. You can't support it by keyboarding here from home. Go out there and buy a ticket. If you're there, you sure don't have much room to talk. If you're there and don't take the time to go down and buy a ticket.
Yep. Yeah. You nailed it, because Vegas is based off of ticket sales. It's an entertainment capital, right? And so the only way they're going to prove that they are a must-see event is by having people lined up outside the door. And maybe they'll listen, Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the rodeo. Do we talk about, you mentioned
Pro Fantasy.
You didn't want to talk about Pro Fantasy. Why is that?
Well, did we have a round winner? And it wasn't me yesterday. I think I've won 2 of the rounds. But
why is that? He asks like he doesn't know. Okay. Round winner for round 8, Howard Ranch. Listen, I do want to give a shout out to my favorite customer service rep at Pro Fantasy Rodeo, because I have been such a pain in his side this year. For whatever reason, we struggled. They were amazing
That surprised me.
Wait.
Spoiler alert.
Because this is what I told him. I don't know if it's because the people that follow us aren't maybe as tech savvy as some others, or if I can't give good direction, which it could be a combination of both. But for some reason, we struggled getting people into our league. So then they would message me and be like, I'm pretty sure I'm in there. And no, I don't see you. Anyway, so Ryan at Pro Fantasy basically had to add, not that many people, but it felt like I was pestering him every day. So thank you. And then when it comes to go round start, I'd go in and try to figure out who won the round in our league. And I couldn't, we had to click into everybody to see how much they had won. So yesterday or the day before, it just refreshed and boom, all the rounds were laid out. I was like, yes.
That's pretty awesome.
So Howard Ranch wins round 8. And overall in the Pro Fantasy League for NFR Hangover, now mind you, this is our league. Like, this isn't the tattoo league. This isn't like the $1 million league.
No, this is the most important league.
This is our fun league. We have 44 teams. We had 43. Now we have 44.
Maybe somebody sent a handwritten one in with our league code and they added it.
Maybe Procom was doing our count.
75, 76. So Rope Tough for Money is our overall leader right now. And rounding out our 44 teams is me, Bullfrog Creative.
If I can't win the Go Round Awards, the 2 that I won because I'm production, you cannot win the Hard Luck Award for our own league.
Yeah, so what's last place in this league? I should have got in this league. My goodness.
So if I'm winning last place, I will tell you, Jim Boy was not too far from me, but he has now moved up to 42.
One of my teams. My other team's up to the top.
Yeah, Jim Boy and I are both in the top. We're both in the top 5.
Nice.
Going for gold 2023 is above me at the 43rd hole by, I don't know, like 20,000.
Oh my goodness.
Although I'm about like last night I was doing pretty good with one team. Had some people doing all right. Had a calf roper that's sure in the average till he missed one.
Oh, your calf roper was my calf roper.
And couldn't find a string.
Yes.
So then I was done drinking and I had to go mix another drink. So I'm going to blame Casey Jones and Jay Sonny for coming up with this stupid game because they're going to make them up.
Oh my.
One of those things where you think you know. Also, I'm really bad about picking people that I want to win.
Wishful thinking. They're on my team. They're gonna win. I quit picking my brother a few years ago. Whenever he made it, I'm like, nope. Every time I pick you, my team sucks. I don't care how good you do. You're off. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. You don't get tickets to the rodeo. He said you don't give them to me anyway. So I really.
Well, what's funny this year is this insurance thing, and
She froze.
There you are. You're back.
There I am. Did you hear anything I said?
We got insurance.
Yeah. Did you guys know that you can like change your people out mid show now?
You've been able to in the past.
Oh, I guess I didn't know that. But my son, he's barrel racer. He picked because she was good looking, and I said, well, she ain't winning you no money, so let's change out and shoot. You can do that. I didn't know you could do that.
So how's that work? I guess I just traded out Stetson and got Kai. But
yeah, you can change out like if they're not injured. You can just like change them out. I had no idea you could do that.
Oh, so it's like they're making it like fantasy football, I guess, where you can trade players and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's getting too complicated. I'm not tech savvy. I'm 40.
You can do that at any point in time,
age.
or
yeah, at any point in time.
Any point. We're not going to ask who your barrel racer is.
Or who owns bus?
Well, Greg Kernick said that his barrel racer is hoping to place in the 2D.
Well, Holden picked Alyssa O'Reilly because he thought she was hot, and then I was able.
The breakaway ropers are coming at. They're messing with her. They're hacking with her now. They're hacking her. There's a tech-savvy breakaway roper that's shutting Jill down.
You're cutting in and out, Jill.
It's that Wyoming wind.
Well, I don't even remember if it was windy this morning.
It's Wyoming. We're just gonna
so she's not frozen like that. And then if she starts to move again, I will bring her back in. Wait.
Let's talk.
Okay, she's moving again. You totally froze in a really weird spot, so I took you out.
Well, that's good because you guys were all frozen too, and I'm like, what is going on here?
What's going on? Maybe it's my internet.
No, because you were good on our end. The only one that froze on my end was Jill.
Oh, it's me.
And I'm
I
at the Westgate in the
how to
coffee
get
shop.
Instagram added back in. Maybe that was it. Maybe Instagram messed up our jam.
There you go.
Oh.
Well, do we want to run through the events? Have you watched every night? I did see a picture y'all were at the hospital watching, or they were anyways.
Yes. Yeah. No, I was there till Sunday and then come home. So, but we don't miss a night. We're, rodeo addicts, I guess. That's what people always ask me. They're like, well, what do you do for fun? I'm like, I'm at a rodeo. And now with Holden, I'm at a junior rodeo, or I'm at a,
They're like, no, not what you do for work. What do you do for fun to relax? We go to rodeos. No, not. Yeah.
If I'm not working one, I want to be riding and doing something myself. So
exactly.
Yeah.
What about the bareback riding last night? Jess Pope, who is he's looking to go 4 averages in a row, 88.5 on the Crow from Champion Pro Rodeo. Then Jacobs Lee, the NFR rookie, wins second, 87 points. Rocker Steiner finally gets one that bucks, 86 last night for third. Richie Champion, fourth. Cade Saunier is fifth, and Leighton Berry and Keaton Hayes split 6th and 7th. So I missed that. I was on my way over to the watch party at the Palms, the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation watch party. And so I got there. They just finished their bareback riding, but I went. I was just really excited because Jess Pope is my fantasy bareback rider. So I'm like, yes, we're starting the round out hot. So Jim Boy, how were the horses? Like I said, I didn't get to watch it.
They're good, really good. A lot of good horses. Who got on y'all's horse, Jill?
Keenan Hayes did.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job.
I thought he could have been a few more, you know.
Yeah, and I don't know. Heads Up Hank didn't have his best trip. He's, that's his bright lights and all that stuff. He just, so we were kind of hoping for more too, but we were lucky to get him in there at 6. So
yeah. Larson.
Oren.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh,
he makes me hurt right now. Poor guy.
he's tough. I'll just put it that way.
Canadian. And Australians, as we've learned, they're just wired a little different.
I don't think they're wired right.
There you go.
I mean, just a bull rider's not wired. They're wired different, but an Australian bull rider is not wired right at all.
Yes.
We saw him yesterday, so fortunately, my daughter Kylie, one of her closest friends, her dad has a show over there at the Cowboy Christmas, Shane Miner. So we're behind the deal talking to them after his show, and Flint's is next, and here comes Stetson and Kai and Ryder. Well, my daughter, I think Kai's gonna have to get a restraining order. Oh, fangirl. So I walk over, introduced myself, said, good friend of CJ Aragon's his coach, and my daughter, and comes up, and you could tell this poor guy is hurting. And he takes a picture with him, but Kylie says about 2 words to him. She just, oh my God. Afterwards, she goes, I want to get a better picture. He doesn't look very happy. I was like, I think he's in a lot of pain. But I mean, just tough, just straight up tough.
Oh man.
And then Oren goes and does his deal last night. I mean, just Oh. All right, steer wrestling. Bridger Anderson, who started out the week and had he must be on one of Jim Boy's teams.
Mine too. Hey, we got the same damn team.
I mean, and he wins around a few rounds ago. Places you can see him kind of get going, and then he just blasts one 3-3, the fastest run in the steer wrestling of the whole finals. Jacob Talley 3-5, Dakota's 3-8, and Dakota and Ty Exner split 3rd and 4th at 3-8. Stephen Cullen 3-9. Don Payne and Dirk Tavner, who was on my team. Yes, Dirk, 4 flat. That's your round winners. Wegesback goes 4-3 last night, and then Dalton Massey was 10 flat. Like I say, I was at the watch party. I got sidetracked. I can't remember what happened, but 10 flat, and that changes his placing in the average a little bit, but I don't think it changes the prediction of the world standings right now. In the bareback riding, they're still predicting Keenan Hayes to win it, but Jess Pope coming in as deep down as he did in the standings, they're predicting him to jump up to 2nd.
Wait. So Jess is giving Keenan a run for his money. Keenan came in with a big lead. Jess is doing well, like we all know he will in the average. I have 2 teams. I picked 2 teams, and I have them 2 guys are my bareback riders. They both have attended my bareback and bronc riding clinic, which is coming up the end of January. So contact me if you know of anybody.
So the 2 guys that have been to your bareback and bronc riding clinic are currently 1-2 in the world, winning the average. One's winning Rookie of the Year and just set a single season bareback riding record. I would say a lot more people that want to be bareback riders or saddle bronc riders need to go to your clinic, Jim Boy.
I'm not going to say we're solely responsible. I'm not going to be that guy.
Well,
but we didn't kill them off.
Well, no, but you helped them set the foundation. And Heidi, you said your son wants to be a bareback rider?
No, I did not say that.
Oh, well, I'm putting that out there for you. Anything to help. All right,
my
let's go to
son wants to wrestle. Now, everybody else is making that connection to the bareback riding.
We understand that wrestlers make the best bareback riders. I'm helping lay the foundation. I'm manifesting for you, Heidi.
No, we are not manifesting that. We are manifesting bulldoggers.
Hey, Bridger Anderson, state championship wrestler. So.
I was going to say, there you go.
Wrestling's the foundation to all kick-ass athletes. Personally.
I do have a video of him bareback riding in the living room the other night in his pajama shorts.
Save that because that's pure gold.
My favorite part is they're also on backwards. Whatever.
Yeah.
It was like he was in Vegas because I saw a few people running around like that about 2 in the morning when I walked back to the casino.
Their clothes on backwards. At least they have
Oh.
clothes on.
Wait a minute. That might have been me in the mirror.
Yeah.
Shit, I was getting ready for bed.
Turn around.
All right.
goodness.
Back to the team roping. Tyler Wade and
Derailed.
Wesley Thorpe, after going out in the night before, they go and tie the NFR arena record 3-3. Just smoke a run. Clay Smith, Peyton Bray, 3 and 6 for second. Andrew Ward and Buddy Hawkins, who were winning the average going into round 7, missed that steer or missed round 8. They come back 3 and 8. I think they are sitting second in the average still, 1 steer down. Eric Rogers and Paul Lees 4-4 for 4th. Luke Brown, Hunter Cook 4-8 for 5th, and Nelson White and Jonathan Torres win the last hole with 9 flat. Now I know we had a comment on here that said the ropers are great, the steers are tough. I will give them that. The steers are fresh, they're big, they are tough. I'm not poking fun at the team ropers. I guarantee you, I'm not saying I could do what they're doing out there. Just I like to state the facts that the slack run was the fastest run. But the run of the night in the team roping was not the 3.3. The run of the night of the team roping was Derek Begay and Coulter Todd.
Yes.
That was cowboy, right there. Derek, they never gave up. He got that head loop fished on, got it cleaned up. And then that steer's pretty much running up the rope behind Derek, and Coulter just pulls off another pasture shot. Like, okay, we're going to stay in the average.
That was awesome.
That was straight. That was straight. Yes, that was straight badass. And, round 9, they got 2 more. They're going to win the average, in my opinion. I think they both, like I say, Coulter's horse is over there spinning out in the box, and he's just over there like, I've got her. And Derek's over there like this. Okay, you ready? I'm ready. When's your horse ready? They say, I'd love to see his heart rate monitor. It's at 50 beats a minute over there in the box of the NFR, and just whack.
So have you guys seen the content? I think it's barrelracing.com. Have you seen those videos that they're doing with the team ropers?
Oh, yes.
About the barrel. It's really funny. My daughter and I literally went back and watched all of them this morning because they're super funny. They're doing I like to see a lot of different coverage like that rather than just kind of the standard results. But
what I saw, that I forget which one they asked. So who's going to win the barrel racing? He goes, well, duh, the fastest run.
Yeah.
And then I think they asked Driggers. So I can't remember the question. He goes, there's going to be 1 real happy, 5 sort of happy, and then there's going to be 9 not real happy at all. He goes, one's going to be real happy. There's 1 person going to be real happy with the ground. It was just hilarious.
And
then he spilled the beans. I don't remember who it was, but he drew a picture and spilled the beans about that. What is it? Good looking, single, sane. And it just happened to be in the pattern of the barrel pattern. I was like, oh, he's going to have some haters when he does that one. Did you see that one, you guys?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't see that one. There's so much good social media content.
Yeah, if they're good looking and single, they're not sane. If they're good looking and sane, they're not single.
But he did it as
the whole gamut.
Oh, that's good.
So on the team roping, last night, you got to feel bad for Junior. I've seen him miss more steers this week than I think he's missed since he came to America.
Yeah.
He has that eye. What's the deal with his eye? Y'all know?
So I didn't know anything about it till yesterday at the Cowboy Christmas, and we're sitting there and got to be really good friends with Nick and Laura Driggers. Laura and Charlotte teach at the same school, and she was saying he's got something and it's leaking behind his eye, and he's got a black spot there, and they can't do anything for it. He just has to let it heal. And like I say, I don't know the exact what's going on, but that is it. And so it's scary for him, and they can't go in and fix it. Supposedly, you just got to let it heal and let it clear up. And I guess it started coming on sometime in October.
Man, that's scary. It's supposed to heal though, right?
Yeah, but I think healing is probably not riding horses. It's probably just letting that optic, everything kind of just heal. Like this is, I know the bare minimum. I know enough to probably know I don't know anything, and it's maybe false
That's
information.
perfect for this platform.
So it's not false information, but I may not have any of it right, but it's something to do with his eye. And for a man that hand-eye coordination is everything, and it makes his job a lot easier. And now they're pushing too, because they came in, what Caleb had the lead, Junior was second, and they have just not had the finals that they've been looking for. Almost 2 years in a row, they haven't had these great finals. And so, I'm with you, Jim Boy. He just looks a tick behind, a tick off, but those are two guys that 3-3 is not safe. We may see a 2-9 because they've got nothing to lose. They've got to blast the next two because they're 2 steers down in the average. They're 3 now. They're 3 steers down. So they've got to go run at $60,000.
Well, and I feel like that's Vegas, right? Like it's how they start that week, and you can be the best in the best, in the world champion 10 times over. And once they have a bad go on that first round, it's like fighting your head, and then it just seems like it steamrolls. It happens to all of them out there.
Well, and okay, you had a bad round 1. Well, I got 9 more rounds, and then 2, and then 3, and all of a sudden you're at the end of the week, and I've won $10,000 when I could win 30 a night, and you just start getting their head because they start pushing and pushing and pushing.
Hey, Jill, I got a question. So when Eric Rogers rides in, they play the music. I don't know if it's Navajo or what. I'm sure you get plenty of requests. You had a few from me at the college finals, and I appreciate you always being nice about that. But have you ever had anybody come tell you, please don't play it again?
Yes. Back in the day when the controversy with Carrie Underwood went down, I actually had somebody come up to the announcer stand and say, we don't play Carrie Underwood here at this fairgrounds. I was like, okay.
Oh, the one thing that Jill did to me at the college finals that really, really, I can't get it out of my head is when I had to dance off with Rump, and then Rump's dancing and they play Let's Get It On, and he drops down to his bodysuit, and I'm just like, you win the dance contest, I'm out. I don't ever want to see that again. I'm like, we were having fun, and then it got really awkward in front of all these people.
And that was the point.
Well, yeah, and that was a 400-pound version of me out there with Rumpert.
Rump, yeah,
400-pound version of me out there with Rumpert, and Jill plays Let's Get It On, and Rump drops his baggies. I'm like, bye.
I'm out.
He is the picture of awkward.
Hey,
I think he lives for those. He lives for those moments.
Yes.
What's funny is it really didn't bother me. I'm like, we're last night at that watch party, and I'm out there, and they had a great country singer on. He played, and then he gets off, and they start playing hip hop and stuff. I'm out there dancing, and I mean, it's 80s and 90s, and I'm singing. I take a picture of my wife and Laura, and I said, I'm sending this to the boss at the school. Here's your 2 Christian Academy teachers at the dance party. And Laura's friend goes, I've got you out there doing hip hop moves. It's like, please post it. You can't. I'm not embarrassed. I mean. All right. Saddle bronc riding. Brody Crest on Monster, 87.5. Splits the win 3 ways. Sage Newman on Devil's Advocate and Zeke Thurston on Yellowstone. All 3 87.5. Wyatt Casper probably made one of his best rides of the week. 87, wins 4th. Damian Brennan, the Australian, 86. And Dawson Hay, weekend departure, 86. So they were stacked up at the top there. My pro fantasy guy, 85.5, and I think they could have given him a few more points just so I could win some money in it. But the judges don't care what my pro fantasy team does, and that really hurts my feelings. So.
Well, it was an easy pin last night, so that naturally helps all of them.
What did you say?
It was a hopper pin last night. They always put the hoppers in right after the E pin, so you better be riding them tonight.
Build everybody's confidence back up.
Yeah.
Did y'all have any broncs out last night?
No, we didn't. We did win the round though the night before with Damien, with Bet the Ranch, so that was exciting.
Well, they split the round 387.5. And what did you say Damien was on Pretty Woman?
86.
I don't think they credited him enough for riding her. I thought that should have been 88 easily, but
Well, it's hard when they put them all log jammed up there because, I mean, of course, we're all watching. And I do think that from being in the Thomas and Mack, even to TV, they show such a different angle. So, like, sometimes it looks ranker than it probably is live. I mean, I do think that sometimes because I'll call my dad after the rodeo and I'm like, oh my God, I thought Ryder should have won it, or I don't know, and he's like, here, there they saw a different view of it. And so I do think it's hard when they tie them like that because they're all three different rides for sure.
Here's
it definitely always, it never looks as rank on video. You can watch one in the practice pen and I'll video one of my colts. I'm like, man, that was good. And then I watch it back on my phone later. I'm like, that wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But Pretty Woman was voted ranked horse of the night last night.
She was. Yep, for sure. And I agree with you on that. Yep.
She's kind of a fan favorite in this house. I don't know.
No.
I don't know if we'll ever get to raise another one, but we got two out there. So that's pretty neat to follow them.
But you are right. If they're the ranked horse of the night, that should be the highest marked horse of the night. And naturally scores, come on, right? So they should have been, I mean, we're talking 1 point there. So it's hard to say what judge on his average, so. And I will say, sitting in the Thomas and Mack, and I wish that they would show that on Cowboy Channel, or maybe not, maybe that would be worse, but they show all the scores coming in. And the few nights that I was there, the judges are not on the same page. I mean, we're talking, we got one guy at 39 and one guy at 43 or 42. So in my opinion, you got one guy not placing and one guy winning the round on the same ride, and they average them. So,
But to have that big a spread,
that is
right
a big
there.
difference.
Didn't
Didn't they do that in Texas? When we were in 2020, didn't they show us the judges' scores coming in?
I think so. Chill pros again.
Yep, there I'm back. Yeah. But
because I remember that.
Cowboy Channel though, but they do it, of course, in house.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, that's.
But there's been some big spreads. I've been watching it just because I'm always curious, and then I always try to figure out who's judge 1, 2, 3, and 4, just because I'm one of those people. I just want to know.
You're looking around like, okay, yeah.
Oh, judge 2, he's always the lowest, or something. But but I will say they have not. I mean, there's a few that'll all come in at 41, 42, whatever. But there's a lot of them that'll be like 38, and then you got this 42 over here, and and then 2 40s. So
two of them saw the same ride. One saw a different ride.
Yeah. And it makes more sense if like the two judges on the one side are the same, because they see like a guy maybe not his leg is burned, it happens.
Right.
But then sometimes you're just like, whoa, like, you see what you thought or felt, and then
two guys on the same side in it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's such a controversy, and it always will be. But like Jim Boy said, I mean, that 1 point, you got a high marked horse. Did they not mark Damien's ride part of the horse, or, how did that fall out,
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, well, the way things are going with AI, we'll just have AI bots judging here. And point of contact, that one was a, 82.357 because his spur out was not quite high enough, but it wasn't low enough to be missed out. And
then who are you going to blame?
Well, hell, AI, I won't
the
have
Matrix. Heidi, we're blaming the Matrix. We're living in it.
The man.
No, the Matrix. There's no man. We're all computer generated. Look, I'm starting a conspiracy theory. All right, let's talk tie down roping. Hey, what about poor Shad Mayfield? He's gonna win.
Oh my gosh.
If I don't care. It probably wasn't the same string, but if I got another string out of that same batch, I'm just going to cut them. I'm going to Cowboy Christmas. I'm going to go borrow some junior high rodeos goat tying string, anything different, because he's blasted two nights in a row. And then he put two full round hooey last night, and he no sooner swings his leg up, rises ahead, and the calf kicks up. You see him just go.
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes here, while Tough is still looking for his string, Shad is looking for a new string sponsor.
A new string sponsor.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, man. So Hunter Heron.
Remember the strings that came out several years ago? Jerome, I think, was endorsing them. They had the rubber burner on the eye.
Yeah, I do remember those.
They weren't supposed to feed back or something.
Yep.
They didn't last long. I don't know what the
I
deal
do. They dipped the eye in a rubber deal, and yeah.
but yeah.
You know what I do remember growing up? And I know it's the evolution of the sport, but I always remember carrying a second string in my belt.
You're roping for an average and that much money. I cannot believe that they don't. It's shocking to me.
Apparently, he didn't pay attention to the steer open finals either.
Yeah.
Where you can buy one with your belt.
Yeah.
Where Taylor Santos did that. Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you do whatever you can. Get them down, whatever. Get something. Take your rings.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, steer open finals. Is Taylor?
Taylor did. I don't know if he did it at the steer open finals, but he did it somewhere. I remember. Yeah, he lost his string and he just took his belt off, tied him up, and resourceful.
I don't think I can think that fast.
Well, there for a minute last night, I thought when he roped him with that second loop,
I thought he cut his other one.
Well, I thought his jerk line broke because his jerk line stayed with him till he was almost to the calf. I guess is that long. And I'm like, well, hell, get your jerk line, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of ropes out there. Grab something.
Take your shirt off and tie him up with your shirt on. I mean, he just looked around.
A lot of money.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine the fine on that?
He was running out of time, I know.
Well, can you imagine the realization of like, the one thing I need is way back over there.
But when it happened, when he's trying to regroup, Jayton was like, "You're gonna lose your string. You're gonna lose your string," and
he called it.
Sure enough,
Oh, well, let's talk about the round winner, the old Grizzly veteran. He's younger than me. I call him old, but Hunter Heron 7-4. Then John Dausch 7-5. Haven has just had a phenomenal final. He's 7-7. Riley Webb, though, there's Riley. He as good at finals as Haven is having. Riley's not backing down. He's still placing. He's 8 flat for fourth. Blaine Cox 9-2 for fifth, and Ty Harris is 9-3. Yeah, my guy. We had one that ran last night at Caleb Schmidt. The gates banged, and that calf was gone. And I mean, Caleb roped him, got by him, but the big surprise was Tough because Tough has been having, the best finals he's had in a few years. I think. I mean, just look sharp, and I know he's trying. That calf really ran out of there, and he top knotted him, and he was getting off, and then all hell broke loose. He gets back on, but he's gonna have trouble beating the clock, or he's gonna try it. And all of a sudden, he gets him flanked. He's like, and that was it's just this look of like, are you kidding me? This is happening now. So, but I mean. Yeah, Haven's having one heck of a finals, but Riley Webb's like, there's a reason I came in with a $100,000 lead and had the year I had. I'm not backing off.
Do you have the average pulled up?
Yeah, I got it right here. Well, I can have it right here. I love technology. I really don't.
I'm glad you can because I don't even know where to click. I tried to have it pulled up, and then I'm like, I'm not the stats person. I was reading the wrong go-round the other day. Jeez.
Hey, I love when I was driving and lost signal coming from Arizona across here, and I was watching the show or watching back, and Jim Boy's like, "Yeah, Tony's got job security." I was like, "Yay!"
We're in trouble.
I was like, "Awesome!" That's scary that I'm the stats guy. All right, so the average Haven's winning it with 60.9 on 8. He's about almost 2.8 seconds ahead of Riley, who's got 63.7. Then Kincaid is third with 70.9. John Dausch is fourth, 75. Caleb Schmidt is fifth at 75.9. Shane Hanshey sixth at 78. And Blaine Cox is seventh. Corey Solomon is eighth. And so Tough is the first one. He dropped down to 11th, being a calf down. But Tough was coming in 55.8 on 7. So he could have just, if he was 10 yesterday, he's sitting third, and he was rope sharp. Haven is placed in everything but the first round. Round 2, he was second. Round 3, he was fourth and fifth. Round 4, he was fourth. Round 5, he was fourth. Round 6, he was third, fourth, and fifth. Round 7, he was first. Round 8, he was third. I mean, he has won a check every round but the first one. He's just having a phenomenal finals. He didn't the memo he's supposed to share with the other calf ropers. I guess he just figured all the money's for him. Oh, all right. How about the barrel race? Once again, let's get to it here.
Let's just go to bull riding. Let's
I
just go.
am not going to do that. Our audience, we have barrel racers that watch us, Jim Boy.
And I love barrel racers.
Yay.
Oh.
All right. It was fast last night. Cassie
I
Mowry,
love barrel
13-3, wins the round. Brittany Tanazi, 13-34 in second. Sissy Wynn, 13-45 for third. Paige Jones, 13-65 for fourth. Jordan Briggs and Rollo, 13-66. And Lisa, she and Jordan actually tied because we're going to hundreds, 13-66. Oh,
I will
don't know
say
what I
it's been a fast barrel racing. Like them girls, I mean, you
it's
make
not
the
been
top
fast
15,
enough for
you have
my
no
pro
horses.
fantasy girl. My pro fantasy girl's not been fast enough. That's just
Well, and that's what's hard, right? Like they're the top 15, they're best, this year, and they're all nice horses. And then you get in the Thomas and Mack and you can't even get close. It's like unbelievable.
well. One thing that's been impressive though, and we talked about it earlier in the week is, there was that little bit of controversy or whatever about Brittany at Reno, hand time versus the electric eye working. Did she set a record? Well, whatever happened at Reno, and that horse won that, and then she has not looked back. That horse has just been that fast. I mean, people can say whatever they want, conspiracy theory. That horse probably for sure did what it did. I don't care, hand time it with the sundial, whatever. It's gonna outrun everybody.
Jalen was sitting over here last night. He apparently put Haley Kimball on one of his teams, and like, I'm never picking her again. I said, that'd be a mistake. She'll make it back next year, and you'll have that in your mind when you're picking your team.
Yeah, believe me,
she'll come back with another horse.
I'll pick her every time. She was a great position, great pick, and I mean, but we've all seen people have finals like that.
Well, and I don't know. I mean, she wasn't riding that sister for a few months, and so nobody's really said. But I wonder if the horse is 100%.
I'd heard some rumors coming in that sister, everybody's, they give sister some time off. And like I say, once again, my rumors are just rumors. Nothing's fact. I'm not breaking any news, but I did hear that, the sister wasn't off because she was getting rest. She was, she had rest in her for an injury or something. So
she about didn't make the finals. And so you put your best horse when you're on the bubble doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Because it wasn't last year. She was just gave her time off, and then when she brought her back, just won 80,000 in 30 days or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, so if you're close to not making the finals, you're gonna go get her, and if she's 100%,
secure that. So
well,
I just don't know. That horse is so nice, and he just doesn't seem like, I don't know, maybe it's 100% like it usually is at the Thomas and Mack. So.
Right.
Well, I'm changing up the ingredients for Beisel bombs tonight. I'm doing away with the Red Bull. I'm going to go something a little smoother. Maybe put root beer in there with the Tawaka. So we're gonna. I can see Emily winning the round tonight because I'm gonna have. It'll be a Miller Beisel Miller time bomb. There we go.
Miller time bomb. I love it. All right. So Tawaka and root beer is what we're going. I'll have one tonight too, Jim Boy.
Okay.
Because I love running on the treadmill hungover. I've done it 2 days in a row. So let's just make it. As I'm sweating out, I'm thinking, every ounce of alcohol I drank at $40 a drink is coming out of me now. It's so wasteful right now.
Yeah.
I think the people at the gym today are just like, you smell like a brewery. Well, I've been to sleep for 3 hours and I drank a lot. Leave me alone. All right, let's talk bull riding. Okay, this young man needed this win. Tristan Hutchins, Pegasus, 89 points.
Was I the only one sitting on my couch in tears when this happened?
I wasn't in tears on your couch. I mean, I wasn't in tears, but I wasn't sitting on your couch. That would be that would be wrong.
I mean, you're welcome. Yeah. You can come watch a rodeo with me. I just got a new couch.
Had so much go on in his life this last year. I think a lot of people are at home rooting for him to, have something go right for him out there.
And
Well, and I think a lot of people don't know, but he did post something yesterday on Facebook, kind of just thanking everybody for reaching out. He's good. It definitely puts things in perspective when you go through, when you have a loss like that, it puts your life in perspective.
oh,
Yeah. And his
it's
mental
huge.
rock, is she's not in the stands. And, come on.
The person, when he got off, no matter good, bad, or indifferent on a ride, he looked up and she was there. And
yeah.
so that was heartwarming to see that, to see him to get that ride. And I know he's very close with CJ, as Kai is, and I know CJ's been in contact with him, but that was, I mean, like I said, I wasn't in tears, but I was pretty choked up and emotional, because we don't know what's going on in his mind, but we know he's going through a lot. So I'm excited and happy for Tristan to go 89 last night. Jordan Hansen, Sage Kimsey split second with 88. Josh Frost, who's had kind of a tough finals for Josh Frost after the last couple of years, he was 86 to win fourth. Then Cody Teal is fifth, 83.5, just on Trump Train. I had to say the name. I just love it. Trump Train. And then Jared Parsonage was 83. So 6 of them rode last night. Kai Bucks down last night, but you've got to figure the adrenaline's kind of got to worn off, and that rib's kind of got to be hurting by now. And but I know we talked about it yesterday. Mathematically, I had it figured Kai had the world title locked up, because I'm thinking 30, 30, 30, 80,000, not enough to get him. Well, we got to figure this bull riding. He can win 100,000 a night if nobody else rides. And but those other guys riding, I think it's going to make it tough for Sage to catch Kai at this point. But nothing's impossible. But I tell you what, the bull riding has been good. These guys, it was nice to see last night. Some of these guys have had a tough week. That Jared, Cody Teal, Jordan Hansen, they haven't had the week they are expecting to make some rides and win some money and kind of build that confidence back up. And as Donnie Gay says, got to get the ball rolling for next year. Only rodeo is a sport where you start your next season 2 months before you've had the finals of your current season. So
yeah, and they got the e-pins done now, and it's smooth sailing. So now the bulls, we got TV pin Saturday night. So I mean, we should see a lot more rides tonight and the next night.
And
so they're all rideable bulls for this caliber of cowboy. So
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm with you on Kai. I mean, you're right. Like, I'm sure that eventually everything's going to set in, right? Like, I mean, he went on this 48-hour adrenaline rush, and then it was kind of like, whew. But then the bull he did have last night, he's, bucked him off before, and I'm sure that was probably a mental thing too. So
yeah, I was thinking, and I don't know for fact, but it almost looked like he was preserving his body a little bit. Like if he was healthier, he would have bared down a little more.
Right, but
he found he knew he was in a predicament, and he found a safe way out.
Well, and that's what CJ had told me, is like the bull he had in the sixth and seventh rounds. He knew he'd won on those bulls. He'd ridden those bulls the last 2 years. He knew even with his injury he could ride them. So like you say, Jim Boy, when that one he felt going south. Hey, it might be time to just fight another day.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, it's been one heck of a rodeo. I mean, as a fan, what they've got going on out here in Vegas is impressive. What these cowboys and cowgirls do on a daily basis with the signings and the places they've got to be. It's not just go get on at night, go party. This isn't the NFR of the 80s and 90s. It's not, where you go to Ricky and the Red Streaks till 4 a.m, then you go get some breakfast, then you go to bed and get up at noon and go smoke.
Only for you.
What's
I'm making up.
Joe, what is that sphere? Was it there last year?
No, that's new.
Since last year.
What is it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a sphere, but it, like, the way the lights go through it, almost looks like a blob. It's like
it's almost like a giant TV screen, because they have tons of different stuff on it.
It's wild, and
it's not a hotel
throughout the day.
No, it's a venue. It's a concert venue. Like inside it's a concert venue or something. They said. I tried to get the NFR Hangover show to come out of there next year, Heidi, but they said we our audience was too big. We blow the sphere up. So,
Yeah, all
like I said,
34 of our live viewers.
I might be able to get it, 2 more in this alcove at the coffee shop at the Westgate that they're looking at me like, is this guy going to order anything?
So after our guest tomorrow, we'll either be at the Sphere next year or banned from the internet. I have Heidi nervous as all get out.
This is a planner's worst nightmare. He texted me last night and he says, I have a guest for Saturday. And I'm like, sweet, who is it? Well, oh my gosh, I got to read it. You're either going to, you're going to love it, hate it, maybe cringe, but I bet you'll blush. And I'm like, oh shit, you're not going to tell me, are you?
I'll tell you now. I'll just say the first name. I want to get Jill's reaction. By some popular request, I lined up Sanford for tomorrow.
Do I need to have like a bleep or something?
Nope. Or we are on Facebook.
Make sure he gets on. So, because of what I did today, make him do a test run, or you won't have him on.
Tell you to log on by.
Yeah, I was able to figure it out. I don't know if he would.
We're working on it. I made sure I got the right Facebook account. So he said,
yeah, there's a couple because he's been blacklisted.
Oh, look, my wife found me at the coffee shop. Uh-oh. Hi, honey.
Hi, wife.
So everybody,
I was wondering what your neon lights were back there. I'm like,
so
background he has.
So yesterday's show, I could close the room up. It was just my wife and I in the room. My daughter was with her friends, and so the 2 teenage girls decided to stay with us. So I had no room to do the show in. So I packed everything up and came down and found a little alcove, and it says, "Coffee and friends make the perfect blend," but it's just insinuates. It's real bright though.
You got the whole, what is it? The banker box over here.
Yeah. Like Jim Boy said, we thought you just brought everything with you. We're in Vegas. We're going to be there a while. So,
it's like a halo over your head, Tony.
A halo. Look at us. Hey. Oh, wait, no, I can't put horns up. That doesn't work. Well, okay. Heidi, we're going over to Resort World to Rodeo Rehab this morning, so I got to get off here. I'll get some roving NFR Hangover reporter for you with Bloody Mary. I might go get an IV because really, for a guy that doesn't drink anymore, you don't come to Vegas and do it 2 nights in a row. That's just.
So is it just like hydration, or are they doing like the vitamin IV stuff?
They got something called the Jesus shot over there. I don't know what it is, but I'm probably going to take it.
It's a little of everything. I mean,
it's a little everything, but I might take that, drink a lot tonight, and then try to walk on water at the fountain or something and be in trouble. So
can we have footage of that?
Hey, I'm game for anything. Like I said, somebody goes, I'm gonna post this and embarrass you.
Okay,
really?
Try it.
Yes, the bucket money pimp should look. Oh, yes.
We were talking about, I talked to Brandon Buzzworm the other day, and we should have made sure you had this shirt to wear while you were there.
Oh.
Jill, have you seen these shirts?
I haven't, but that's awesome.
So Brandon Buzzworm partnered with us this year, and they're also, they have another line. I got a whole pile of shirts back here. So they have another line called Rodeo Bum. And so we get to pick, you can help us today. We get to pick a rodeo bum of the go round.
Oh,
I guess it's back there too. I always get confused. Anyway, so we decided that Rocker Steiner is one of our rodeo bum winners from round 2. So we're sending him the Buffalo Bunny.
Very fitting.
We feel like he would like that.
Yes.
Anyways, so for our rodeo bum of the go round, who's your guys' pick? So the
Really?
rodeo bum kind of throws it back. It's like slang for when cowboys would hit the trail so hard. And or like me when I just lived at the Cody Night Show and you're a
Just a
night show
bum.
bum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
My
when
dad
you're
always
hitting the
said,
trail
though, to
hard.
be a really good cowboy, you have to have part bum in you, because you have to be willing to sit in a hotel room and do nothing. And you got to have a really good part bum to be really good at it.
Yeah.
I think we go with Jess Pope. Have we awarded Jess Pope one yet? I mean, he
We've
is just
not.
Jess
What
Pope
about
has been just consistent.
What about Tristan?
Tristan.
Yeah, Jim Boy, one up me. Thank you. I agree. I agree that I was wrong. Oh, my wife heard me say it.
First time for everything. Did she hear you say it?
She's sitting on the other side of my computer watching me now.
Yeah, she heard it. She recorded that.
Look,
yeah, we've got that on recording. I recorded him saying I was wrong.
She can't hear that though.
Right. I think Tristan should get the shirt of the night. So great.
Yes.
Good one.
Good one.
Love
Good
you.
one.
Yes, good one, Jim Boy. Yeah, Tristan should get it.
All right. Okay.
That
I will
woman is
be
what's kept
prepared
me
for
up all night.
tomorrow.
Drinking. All right, guys. Hey, Jill, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you taking time out of your day, and man, love what you do. I mean, and your perspective on the breakaway, that was great. I mean, it's someone that sees it all year long, not just some people that watch on television. Well, look how fast it is, and that was great. And just love what you do, and you make the rodeos fun. People don't realize you keep the announcers in check, keep the crowd pumped up, and you keep Rumford. I don't know what you do for Justin when he's out in the arena. I just how you keep him in check, but no, it's awesome.
That's a long time friendship. We've been buddies since we were little kids.
I know that, but still,
I kind of know how to push his buttons.
You know what buttons to push for him. I love it. But thank you for coming on this morning. And Heidi, Jim Boy, I'm going to go to Resort World. I'm going to get an IV and a Bloody Mary. I'll video it. My wife will post it. And Heidi, I'm not going to give you pictures that I have, but I'll let you see them after you can't post them on the NFR Hangover show.
I can always go back.
Damn. Man, I won't get embarrassed.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Jill, we appreciate your time so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We'll chat. We'll chat soon.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Before we go, Jill, if you want to step off, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through sponsors real quick. We're super happy to partner with Cinch Jeans. Also want to give a shout out to Branded Buzzworm at brandedbuzzworm.com. Use the code NFR Hangover to get 25% off. And clicking through, also want to give a shout out to 180 Project. It's your turn. And Garden City Community College. We are super grateful for all our partnerships. And of course, College Rodeo Recruitment Coaching on Bullfrog Creative's platform. If you guys want some more information about that platform, just reach out to me or any of the three of us, I suppose. And you can also check out bullfrogcreatives.com/college rodeo recruiting. Hoping to help bridge the gap between high school and college rodeos, see if we can increase some numbers and make some connections. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for hanging in there. I'm getting some comments about our sound going out, so I don't know if that is on Facebook or where that is or what's going on. So we'll double check all of our settings and make sure we're good to go. Stay tuned. It sounds like we've got a good show for you tomorrow.
Oh, it'll be fun. All right, guys, have a good one.
Yeah, you guys have a good day. We'll see you in the morning.
All right, we'll see you. You'll see something of me in the morning.
Yeah.